Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the Super Conqueror, the tier 10 British heavy tank that many people have been waiting for this to arrive. It does come with a legendary camo which is called Rex, so it makes the tank turn into the name Super Conqueror Rex. Sounds like a dinosaur, doesn't it? Super Conqueror Rex. To be honest, I'm not too keen on the camouflage. It's not bad, and at the back it's got written it never gets easier, okay, whatever that means. And to be honest, I'm struggling with this tank. I'm not liking it. I don't know why. I'm just really not liking the tank so much. We're going to have a look at the stats. The turret armor is 208, so it has got a nice turret, but it does have a weak point on top. It does have that weak hatch on top, and people can really penetrate you. I mean, we was getting penned from places where we didn't think we would get penned, and I was getting so frustrated playing this tank to try and get footage. It took me about 15-16 battles just to get a good game in this thing, because I was getting wrecked. I was absolutely getting wrecked. I was trying to use the gun depression that it's got, I was trying to use the turret armor that it's got, but everybody just kept penning me. The whole armor is 155, so again, not much really. You have to really rely on that turret, that 280 mils on the front of the turret. The sides and the rear, of course, you've got no armor whatsoever. DPM 2850, so the DPM is actually on the lower side, lower end of 3000, so the DPM is not the best. Reload time 8.42, the penetration 259, APCR is 326, and of course your HE is 110. You do have that HESH, or the HE / HESH, so I would personally run it with calibrated shells. I haven't been running it with calibrated shells, but personally I'd probably run it with calibrated shells just because of that HE pen. It goes up to 121. It does lower your DPM down by almost 200 though. Your average damage, you do 400 on your AP, 340 on your APCR, and 515 on your HE. Aim time 3.7, and the dispersion I thought is absolutely poor at 0.353. It does have 15 degrees of gun depression up, and it does have 10 degrees of gun depression down. The speed is 36. It actually feels quite sluggish as well. It feels really slow compared, I don't even know what the let's have a look at the FV215B. So the FV215B, again, it has a better DPM, better pen, and the dispersion is 0.299, so the dispersion is so much better on the FV215B than it is on the Super Conqueror. So I'm actually preferring the tier 9 normal Conqueror than this. I really am. Considering this is going to be in crates, I definitely would not recommend buying this tank. It's not as good as I thought it would be, and it really isn't worth buying the crates for. So we're just going to get into a couple of games just to show you actually what this can do in when you do play it right. So we have two games for you. One I am solo, and one I am in a platoon with Fizzy. Now, as I've said at the start, I was getting so frustrated with this tank. I was either missing my shots that should have hit, or I was getting penned when I was using that max gun depression and people were still penning me on my turret, and I was just getting annoyed. And this was actually like my 20th odd battle, and this is the only game I had without being a platoon with Fizzy, and I kind of blamed him for it. So we are on Winter Malinovka, and I mean, the medium's there. There's no point me rushing the projectile. My team are there, so I'm just going to back up, see if I can get the shot, and I do. So I'm just going to hold this middle bit here, and these are the kind of positions that you want to be in because of that gun depression and because of that turret. If you're in the open, then you're going to get penned all day long through your front plate, and of course, even when you are using that gun depression, people can still pen your hatch. The hatch is very, very, very weak. I kind of wished it was like a hatch hatch of the FE215B that is actually really strong, not like the Chieftain, which also has a weak hatch. And even if they buff the hatch, I still don't think this tank would be OP. And a lot of people might think this is OP, but honestly, no, it's not OP, and I don't even think it's that great. Honestly, the Chieftain Mark 6 and the FE215B and even the Tier 9 Conqueror, I still think is better than this tank. So definitely while it's there for crates, I would not attempt to get these crates. And I don't know how much they're going to be. I don't know if Wargaming are going to do it as charms. As far as I'm aware, Wargaming are looking at changing. I'm sure I spoke to Tony on my charity stream, and he did say that they are looking at making like the charms more permanent, so it's guaranteed to get a tank. So I mean, you guys will know before me, because when I release this video, the tank is for sale, so you should by now know how the crates are, and they are coming for money. The crates are not for gold, they are for money, so you have to actually purchase them with your own money and not with the gold. But it is a tier 10 tank. People are going to complain again about the crates. It's crates, blah blah blah, pay to win. This tank is not pay to win. This tank is far from pay to win, and I don't mind it being in crates. It all depends on the outcome, what you get from the crates, and that has been my biggest problem with crates from the very beginning. Of course, I don't like seeing crates in tier 8, but tier 9 and tier 10, people do complain about the crates, and they complain about the crates, but then they would complain a lot more if every single game had 3 or 4 T22 mediums running around. So I do understand, and I do get why Wargaming do the crates, especially for tier 10, but I really just hope they do change it into definitely having the charms, so you can guarantee the tank, and making the outcome of the tank of the crates a lot more worthy, so you maybe win another tank or win some more gold or etc. So it is for crates, and I do think just wait, this will come back for sale in a few months time, and it probably will be for gold, unlike the T22. And the only reason that hasn't come back for sale for gold is because it's OP. Wargaming knows it's OP, so they're not going to sell it for gold. And that's just the way it is, and people need to understand that. As much as people want the T22 to come for gold, if they come for gold, people are going to complain even more, because they're just going to be overrun in tier 10. So, but this tank is not OP, it's far from OP, so eventually this will come back for gold, so I would just honestly wait. Of course, they're going to do the crates, the 2-for-1 crates, where you pay like £10 or whatever it is. Then yeah, I always do buy them, because if you get the tank, then you're getting it for £10. It's a pretty good price. And if you don't, for me, it's £10. It's nothing special, but for you, you might have a different circumstance. I mean, this is why I say, like, normally when people say, oh, is the tank worth it, or is crates worth buying, it depends on your situation. If you are young and you have a paper round and you haven't really got a full-time job, then no tank is worth being skint over, being short of money. But if you've got the money, if you're loaded, or if you've got the money, then that's up to you what you do with your money. No one should be moaning at you, oh my god, you buy crates, you support crates. It's your money, dude. You do what you want with your money, same as I'll do what I want with my money. So I'm just saying, if you want to buy the crates, go buy the crates. It's up to you, but I'm just saying it's not worth it. The tank is not worth the crates. Wait till it comes back for sale for 20k gold, just like the Chieftain Mark 6 has recently come. Then yeah, think about buying it for the 20k gold. Even 20k gold, to be honest, I think is still going to be a little bit pricey for this tank. So this game, I mean, me and Fizzy are going to carry this game, and remember, I'm showing you pretty decent games. Like, I've had 15 games that have not been decent, and they've been useless, and they're just not good enough to put in a video. Like, I should really show you just all the 15 games I've had, and when you watch games like this, you might see it and think, you know what, this is a good tank. This is a good tank. Any tank can be made a good tank. It all depends on the driver. It all depends on the driver. It all depends on the team. But I'm not going to sit there and show 1k damage games or 500 damage games, because it's really not worth it. So this game, as I've said, me and Fizzy are going to carry. I've got a kill, Fizzy's got a kill. Our E100 is going to get taken out very soon by the VK or the Motion, and it's just going to be left with me and Fizzy, and the Motion is full hit points. So what I'm telling Fizzy now is to go around, to flank around. There's no point us being both here together, so both tanks can focus either one of us. So I am on voice with Fizzy, which is much easier to communicate with, and I'm telling him to go for the VK. He's the lower hit point tank, he's the one that does the big damage, so go for the VK, and then we can decide, then we can go for the Motion together. So now he's a one shot. I've told him to ignore him, I've got him, and just deal with the Motion. And again, I'm telling him to get to the other side of him. Don't circle him this way, because then the Motion's just going to have 3 shots on either of us. So where if Fizzy's that side of him, on this side of him, there is really not much this Motion can do. So I'm just going to give him a little bit of a ram, and we are going to clear him for our 4th kill. And we did block 2k damage that game. I mean, we was hold down, we did block a couple of missile shots, and where we got lucky only because we turned our tracks just in time. But honestly guys, it's not a bad tank, it's not the best tank, it's not OP, it's not pay to win. Stay away from the crates. It's really not worth this tank to be in crates. Wait for it to come for sale. Hope you enjoyed it guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.